I'm not going to get into exactly what I saw. It's dark. It's real dark.
To truly understand the horrors found inside the Olney mystery house, we have to look past the man in handcuffs and examine the man who built the home. Before 44-year-old Eugene Horsch was arrested with illegal weapons and fake federal badges, he was raised by a man who openly admitted to being a monster. His father, Raymond Charles Horsch, commonly known as RC, sat down for an interview on the Reality Report podcast. In his own chilling words, Ray described himself as a banknote forger, a drug smuggler, a fugitive, and a total sociopath who despised human civilization. When asked about his worldview, Ray stated that he did not like society, and if captured by aliens, he would rather they didn't treat him the way human beings treat each other. But Ray didn't just harbor dark thoughts, he lived them. At age 21, he claimed he was bugging telephones and committing burglaries for the CIA. By the 1970s, he was flying planes filled with illegal narcotics over the border and manufacturing millions of dollars worth of methamphetamine, supplying half of the tri-state area. He bought a jet and literally built chains out of $100 bills to hang on his Christmas tree. But the FBI was closing in, and he didn't run alone. Ray Horsch wasn't just a fugitive drug lord. He was an underground pornographer who loved pushing the absolute limits of human degradation. In 1973, he directed a notorious adult film in Philadelphia that featured heavy taboos, including elements of blood, sadomasochism, and rape. He stated in his interview that he wasn't interested in the intimacy of sex, but rather the exhibitionism and the psychological domination of it all. As he got older, his productions became even more sinister. He regularly filmed public sex acts on the streets of New York, constantly evading the police. In 2006, he made an experimental film called Snuff. Ray played the role of a perverted serial killer who filmed his victim in real time. According to Ray, it wasn't a stretch for him to play that part. He also produced a film called Slaves, which focused entirely on women who voluntarily stayed in abusive relationships, even filming scenes where a woman orchestrated her own physical beating. When accused of misogyny, Ray brushed it off. He openly admitted that he had done almost everything imaginable in a sexual sense, except for one thing: making love. He claimed he didn't know how. This was the man tasked with raising a child. Eugene Horsch's earliest years were spent completely off the grid. While Ray was evading federal authorities for his massive amphetamine ring, he dragged his wife and his infant son to New Zealand, using forged identity documents to stay hidden. For years, Eugene's normal was a life of extreme paranoia. But the law always catches up. In 1985, the FBI tracked Ray down in Orlando, Florida. He was dragged back to the United States and thrown into federal prison. With his father behind bars, Eugene's fragile family structure completely collapsed. His mother, who Ray described as the steadying anchor during their years on the run, could not handle the pressure. She spiraled into a severe depression and began heavily using prescription painkillers. A darkness was creeping into Eugene's life, and it culminated in a tragedy that would scar any child forever. When Eugene was just 7 years old, his mother died from an overdose of those prescription pills. But the most horrifying detail, confirmed by Ray himself, was that little Eugene was actually in the room when she died. A 7-year-old boy, completely unaware that his mother was passing away right in front of him. Following her death, Ray stated that his primary emotion wasn't devastating grief. It was anger. He was angry that she had bailed out and left him to raise a kid all by himself. From that moment on, Eugene was raised solely by a father completely devoid of human empathy. Ray brought all of this darkness directly into the home on West Chew Avenue, the same home where years later police would arrest Ray for operating a massive marijuana grow house in the basement, finding over 200 pot plants, an M1 carbine rifle, whips, chains, handcuffs, and extremely graphic photos. He was even accused at one point of trying to lure a 9-year-old girl into his car, though those specific charges were dropped. But the most chilling connection between father and son lies in what Ray left behind in that house. Before he died in 2025, Ray authored several disturbing books. One was an autobiographical memoir published in 2014 titled Empathy, describing itself as the memoir of a caring serial killer. In this book, Ray wrote explicitly about strangling a woman, placing her in a basement bathtub, and purchasing a 100-pound drum of sodium hydroxide, commonly known as lye, to pour over her body. He wrote, "Soon the liquid boils. The heat is good because it greatly speeds the decomposition process. In 5 or 6 hours, there will be nothing left of her." When police raided that very same Olney home looking for evidence connected to Eugene, what did they find? A makeshift chemical lab, 20 containers of an unknown substance, and a 55-gallon drum attached to water lines. They found 600,000 photos, 70,000 videos, and 5 urns of cremated remains. And they found evidence linking the home to 4 missing women, including Ray's own ex-wife, Amy McHale. Psychologists and true crime sleuths are now asking a terrifying question. Was Eugene Horsch destined to end up in federal custody, surrounded by the ghosts of missing women? Or was he molded by a father who taught him how to dissolve human life without leaving a trace? Did Eugene take over a twisted family business? Let me know your theories on this dark father and son dynamic in the comments below. And if you want to be the first to know what happens when Eugene finally faces a federal jury, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next case file.